delete LimeWire, but you can't be finding no fucking viruses.
Yeah, but back then, if anybody's parent or whoever their computer they was using, they weren't allowed to use fucking LimeWire either. For that reason, fucking viruses and all that other shit, malware.
Yeah, I just sojourned that motherfucker. Figure that shit out.
So fuck that. I downloaded everything in that mother. Movies,
And
back in the day.
jeez, this fucking guy over here is a pirate. We should report him to the FTC.
I mean, back in the day,
What's the statute of limitations?
I have no idea.
Is there a warrant for his arrest? Is there a reward?
Hope not.
Me too. Me too, but niggas gotta pay bills.
This
I'll
is very incriminating evidence.
I'll come visit you, bro.
Set your ass.
This is crazy.
Your ass in there. Get that money.
No, and it's not like back in the day either, where I could just run to the west and chill out over there, create a new identity.
Nah. Yeah, no, we got streets and real buildings now.
Right, it's not fair. Motherfuckers had it easy back in the day.
We killed all the unless you were a bear or a Native American. If you weren't one of those things, then you had it good.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to start a fire right now? Somebody's using brick and mortar?
What, in Florida? I believe it. Didn't y'all just lose 18,000 cows for the rest of the country? Don't y'all have shit to do?
That was in Florida?
Wasn't it? Or maybe it was Texas. That seems like a Texas type of exposure.
I don't know. Florida does a lot of shit.
All I know is if milk goes up to over $5, I'm gonna fight somebody if I get the chance.
Bro, eggs did, so don't be surprised.
I make do with the eggs. It's not that bad out here.
Yeah, there's this little this little supermarket that's kind of comparable to a mini Whole Foods.
Okay, that sounds terrible. It sounds hella expensive, is what it sounds like because of the convenience.
It's cheap as fuck. It's like it's for us. It's for the people.
Oh, word, shout them out. Learn their name, nigga.
Aldizis. Everybody knows them.
Everybody, I didn't know about them.
I didn't know either. Who the fuck is Aldizis?
Nigga, do you know what everybody mean?
Yeah, everybody shops at. Oh well, maybe there's no Aldi's on the West Coast.
Well, you know what? I guess you and I aren't anybody,
Aldi?
macho.
I know.
Yeah, Aldi's.
I don't think I've ever seen an Aldi's out here, but yeah.
I got one right down the block.
There's equivalents to Aldi out here.
There's definitely no Aldi's and Whole Foods similar. That's not a
Bro,
thing.
I could spit out here and my shit'll land on fucking like 5 Aldi's in the vicinity.
I don't know.
That makes sense. Aldi's is a friend of meth heads.
That's crazy.
Aldi's is fucking horrible.
No,
Fucking hate that place.
all the old white people go there.
You know what's better? We got a place out here called Grocery Outlet. That shit is legit. It's like TJ Maxx, but for grocery stores.
It fucking sounds like it. Grocery outlet. What the fuck?
Yo, this shit is legit, bro. I'll tell you, that shit is legit as fuck. Get some high, expensive shit half off. Usually it's because the expiration is like 3 weeks out.
That's a lot of time.
It is. It is. It's like, shit, I give you a whole shit of yogurt in 2 weeks. Ain't no problem with that. Yeah, nigga, I said ogre, man. I stumbled on my words. Fuck.
Anime porn.
You wait.
What?
That shit will be ogre.
It sounds like an anime porn.
Ogre? It does sound like some nasty anime porn with some ogres and doing some weird shit. Ogres and Tentacles 3.
It said tentacles. You got me dead.
That's some crazy shit. Stumble upon that.
Shout out to that website. RIP. F in chat.
Yeah, you think Riot.com and stuff? Let me see if that shit still. You think that shit still?
Right now,
I was about to check it. I want to see if that shit's still alive.
Stumble Upon?
that's just old as fuck, bro.
Stumble Upon got bought out and it's some whack ass site now. It doesn't work like it used to.
I
Probably
remember I
not.
went on Riot.com. I seen a fucking nun with a cross in her pussy. That shit blew my
What the
mind.
fuck is
Huh?
here?
What?
I
Yeah.
saw a nun.
Are you sure
with
you on fucking Stumble Upon or were you on Omegle?
No, I'm talking about Rotten.com.
Oh,
He said it like
yeah.
I can
like,
see
Yeah.
that.
No, I definitely didn't hear the rotten part, but yeah, that's one of them fuck shot sites.
But
That
then
was the
again,
first one
you
of its
could probably
kind.
encounter that on Omegle.
Probably.
We're gonna do that Omegle shit again. So
Nah, we can't do that shit. I can't figure that shit out.
Yo, that shit had bad dicks.
That's all it was. Dick after dick. This man Jay made us look at 8 different dicks before he was like, I think there's dicks on here only.
But the Riot.com is done. That shit took me to a registry.
Nigga, that shit is old, bro.
This shit took me to a fucking registry. I was like, what the fuck is
You gotta go to the whatchamacallit. What is that?
You gotta go
The way-
archive.org?
go to the Wayback Machine.
Bro, I remember that
Or
was the
yeah.
first time I ever knew what the first time I ever experienced bestiality. I didn't even know what it was.
Well, that's unfortunate. You know.
Nah, it's called
Rotten.com
something else.
destroyed my fucking childhood, bro.
Why do you say it was the first time?
Because I had to check it out. I had to check it out again, bro.
he said
What? What? You had to?
I was fucking
This man was an animal husbandry major in college.
You really
I
didn't
just didn't
have to.
understand why these women allow this shit.
Yeah, you can ponder that without watching, though.
No, bro, these fucking women were particular. They were mad particular. They would put socks on the fucking dog's paws, my nigga, for the dog.
Alrighty.
Yes.
You got in depth with your fucking
Bro, I go down rat holes. I don't give a
Yo,
fuck
he
what
not.
rat hole it is.
Man,
You gotta watch to find little details like that.
man, you went on LimeWire and you downloaded all the videos, huh?
Probably did. I don't know.
Huh? It sounds like you know.
I'm telling you that I mean I've seen a couple of
He probably knows names and shit.
Yeah. This is Doggy Dixie. She's real good.
it's like going to a donkey show
Lollipop.
in Mexico.
Lollipop.
I've been to
not
one.
mommy.
I tell you, I did. Did I ever tell you that story? I'm
You
pretty
never
sure I
told
told-
me that.
I don't think so. I think you mentioned it to me.
I'm pretty sure I told Talon when I went to Tijuana and went to the show.
What kind of show was it?
A donkey show.
What kind of show was it?
Oh my God.
It's like your bestiality porn.
No, she was doing jokes with her ass on stage. They're doing
Oh,
jokes.
I thought you went
Bro.
to I thought you went to like a live bestiality show. I was like, what you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what a donkey show is.
What the fuck? You see? And I don't know what the fuck y'all getting into.
Haven't you seen Clerks 2?
No, he
No.
probably hasn't.
Yeah, they. that's when I realized they motherfuckers do that shit.
No, I mean I never
see
go.
it tonight because y'all fucking with me.
I
Yeah,
never.
I'm gonna go see it tonight. This fucking guy here. You probably love Animal Planet Husbandry Month, huh?
I just try to understand, grasp, like try to understand why.
You don't need
this
to understand
fucking
why. You don't need-
billions of fucking dudes.
Watching the rhinos in heat is like fucking foreplay for him.
I feel like if Darby was here, he'd be supporting
That's
Macho.
interesting. Remember
More
Mr.
than
Parker
likely.
for MS-80?
This is gonna be a wild episode. We talking.
This has shit to do with what we're talking about.
It doesn't have not a goddamn thing to do with what we're talking about. But then again, it does because you can find all of this shit in Vegas, and if it wasn't for Bugsy Siegel, there would be no Vegas and Migs.
Yeah, don't give him to that.
Let's work. Turn it down and listen to the experts. Gotta give a shout to the Talking Junk Network. Showing love, hosting battles, playing dope joints. The break room topics always staying on point. Never disappoint. We'll never need a makeover. We here for the takeover like Jehovah. Talking Junk break room takeover. Out the podcast, dropping bomb facts on demand like Comcast. Now drop a comment whenever they're going live. Hit the YouTube channel right now and go subscribe. Peace.
Talking Junk Network,
where entertainment lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
BreakRoom, yo.
Your favorite rapper's favorite podcast.
See, this is why I like your show. You're very charismatic. You know the right things to say.
Oh shit. Welcome to the break room, motherfuckers. We here tonight. We're going to talk something that has nothing to do with the fucking accent I was putting on there. We here.
Oof. You got the glasses now? Oh man.
You already know.
I ain't realized.
These the Dwayne Waynes. It's a different world.
Yeah, see? He's tripping off some masculine. See? Yeah.
Dwayne Wade's like the booty hole.
How y'all doing tonight?
Sweatbox.
You know, just being the best there is in my area, whether people know it or not. You know, low key living.
That sunset pretty fucking fast.
My son? I mean,
yeah.
It's sunset.
I guess like it's almost 8 o'clock, nigga.
I mean,
I've been on
daylight over there. 10 minutes ago, you was like, "Yo,
that shit went under the horizon, bro.
Yeah.
It's under the sun went back under the sea, bro. Or that's what it's doing.
The sun's getting real low. Then the camera's going off, and I put the fucking intro on. We talked bullshit for a little while. Mach didn't know that fucking Donkey Show was a live bestiality show.
That's crazy.
Now he has to go to TJ now. He has to see it live for himself.
Well, he already booked tickets during the intro.
I'm gonna go next Friday at 10:30, and when you go live, I'm gonna be there,
bro.
Join us after the show.
Next Friday, we gonna have to make a whole fucking show out of that.
Out of
what? We don't have to do that.
We definitely gonna get banned off YouTube at that point.
Making a show out of what?
Out of the Donkey Show.
Nah,
that's Patreon material, bro.
Now we're not gonna see the actual Donkey Show, but maybe he close up on the donkey face. You know what I mean? While it's
I want to
happening.
go to a fucking midget tossing place, bro.
A what?
They'd have
you know.
You go to these bars and you could do. It's called midget tossing.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's a real fucking thing, and they have like this big ass Velcro fucking like bullseye shit, and then two guys grab these midgets that have Velcro attached to them, and you fucking toss them, and whoever gets closer to the bullseye wins.
You know, I have in the past 2 weeks come across some astonishing videos.
Holy shit!
Yes, you found it, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that they have little people as racing camels? They do that on like a dog racetrack. They race a camel. It's like a relay race for the little people, and they all race a camel.
The camels are huge. Are they like?
Yeah, it's a race because the camel doesn't start running right away. It's kind of like disinterested, and then it starts to run, and then the race is it going to catch up before they pass the finish line? Quite interesting. And then I saw one of little people playing against obese people in soccer.
Let's get it.
That was another thing. And on the 4th over here, there's actually going to be micro wrestling, I think it's called.
No,
and it's going to
over here.
Yeah, they're gonna be like 30 minutes away. I might go see them.
Bro, there's a guy
It's like
that's
$40.
he's straight off the rock. He's called the Pebble.
LOL. I heard there's like 25 Cent. There's some dude that like does whiteface. Like it's just some ridiculous shit.
Isn't that's Jay right there? That's Jay with the beer right there. Back there.
When I put on the harness, I am the superhero for the night.
This is actually what Bugsy Siegel pioneered.
And I'm the mini man behind the dwarf tossing. It's
Bugsy Siegel.
That's right. That's how he got his name. He was one of the toss champions. Bugsy. Because he was so small.
My body. I can do with it kind of what I want.
Yeah, he actually hates the way he got his fucking name. What do y'all know about Bugsy Siegel?
Yeah.
I know that he was a midget toss king of Wyoming from 1931 to 37. And I know that he tried to make it mainstream, but it never really took on. Prejudice against little people.
But he wasn't a little person though.
Huh?
He wasn't a little person though.
No, he wasn't.
What do you mean he wasn't a little person? Yeah, Bugsy Siegel. He was the pioneer of midget tossing. That's how I got his name. He was so tiny like a bug, and that's why you could throw him so far.
No.
Not at all.
Bugsy Siegel. He's tiny like a bug. He flew like a seagull. What are you talking about?
You're having a brain fart right now.
Nah, he's doing a really good troll job. Well,
I noticed that.
I know he's not serious, and you probably know way more about Bugsy Siegel than you think you do.
Yeah. Most like, honestly though, I am drawing a blank. Why don't you fill us in while I learn to talk again?
Yeah. Practice speaking in a mirror or something. You sound crazy.
So I'm gonna show you guys two cartoon characters. You let me know if you know who they are.
Nope, no idea. I don't watch anime.
It's not anime.
What's a cartoon?
It's an anime short for animation.
All right, whatever. Fuck yeah. Hold on.
I hate that about.
I only read books. I'm educated.
Not cartoons. It is fucking cartoons. Fuck out of it.
Show us the damn cartoon. Who's this? Yeah.
It looks like
that's Fatty Arbuckle, right?
That's me homeless in 2017.
I don't know the names, but I definitely seen them before.
I've definitely seen them before.
Yeah. Bugsy's the big one, right?
Is Rocky and Mugsy from Looney Tunes.
Right? Like Muggsy Bogues?
I remember those.
No. Bugsy, like Bugsy Siegel.
That's dumb.
Rocky was Maya Lansky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's Bullwinkle?
Of a name, Lucky Luciano.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These men are all tied together.
Lucky Luciano.
Yes.
This will be a good joke. What's next?
What the fuck series? I seen the whole series on fucking Lucky Luciano.
And you don't remember them at all ever mentioning Bugsy Siegel?
Nah, they had to.
Probably. I just didn't give a fuck.
Donkeys.
Was it fucking Empire Boardwalk about? No, what was it?
Boardwalk Empire? That
Boardwalk,
it kind of.
It had something.
All those mob shows allude to it, but they made movies about Maya Lansky and Bugsy Siegel.
They did one movie. I don't remember what it was called.
One was called, I think, Lansky. There's like 3 different movies. One came out last year.
I know there's one called Bugsy.
Yeah, that one came out a while ago.
Well, when I run down this man's history, not only are you going to see that he's the founder of the fucking Las Vegas Strip, what it is today.
Give him a little too much credit right there.
He ideas, though. I'm not just the one that gives him credit. Doing the research.
Nah, I know. They're going to accredit him as the founder of Vegas or some shit. It's a lot more people involved and other names and stuff, but he deserves
like
yeah. There's people that had the idea and were trying to. One person in particular was trying to do it with his hotel chain, but.
So this man can found Vegas, but he can't found midget tossing. That's fucking wild. Okay.
No, you missed it. He said Jason we wouldn't have missed midget tossing if it wasn't for him finding Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, that's not direct enough for me, but all right, I'll take it.
What you mean? Where else is midget tossing? You got to go to Vegas to see some shit like that.
Yeah, I need him to just be like, yeah, and he was there at the first event. Like, just he showed up, smoking a cigar. Shit, like, good. And then just left. Good, this is what I want. Bring in more money. This will get all the people. Great entertainment. I don't know if that's what he sounded like. Probably did.
She's not feeling good.
That's cat. Jazz was here like 5 minutes ago.
She was.
Yeah, but that's why she's not here.
As a supervisor, she looked fine 5 minutes ago, but
she wasn't even on camera.
As long as she got hours, man, I don't care. I hope you feel better, Jazz.
So it says here, Bugsy Benjamin Siegel, but that wasn't his real name. It was Benjamin Siegelbaum.
Ooh, what a terrible name.
If you didn't know, he is one of the elephants in the room.
Oh, all it takes is hearing the bomb for me to understand.
Right.
Him and Maya Lansky.
Yeah, him and Maya Lansky.
Nobody ever talks about the Jewish mafia or the Jewish mob because, we don't want to be called that word, but they were definitely doing their thing too. But nobody talks about them because you're not supposed to do that.
It doesn't make great cinema.
Oh my god. This sounds just like fucking. That's funny.
It says here he was the driving force behind the development of the Las Vegas Strip. Siegel was not only influential with the Jewish mob, but along with his childhood friend and fellow gangster, Meyer Lansky, also held significant influence within the Italian mafia and the largely Italian Jewish National Crime Syndicate. Described as handsome and charismatic, he became one of the first front-page celebrity gangsters. When we talk about him, there's a lot of hip-hop shit, early hip-hop shit that you're gonna fucking like right here. It says Siegel was one of the founders and leaders of Murder Inc. and became a bootlegger during Prohibition. After the
Tell me this man had bars?
What? Bars?
Yeah.
Bars
He's a founder of Murder Inc.
I mean, he was part of the Prohibition too, so.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Camera.
What'd you do? Is that shit drunk?
Nah, I reclined my shit.
You fucking drunk already?
Right, tell it to pace itself.
That's what I get.
Speaking of pacing yourself, how's that Darby juice lined drink of yours?
There's no Darby juice line shit.
This is a whole fucking.
You finished it?
No, see, this is what I got.
He licked the rim clean.
Minus the
Darby juice.
The whole syrup, which I have here. It just makes a mess, and I didn't want to drip it on the sofa.
Let me ever consider maybe you an alcoholic?
It leaves stains, right?
I only drink on the show. So we got the banana cream here.
We would never know.
Who'll never
Syrup.
Syrup. I said we would
so
never
is
know.
Syrup a Crip organization? No, it's not.
It's a Crip organization.
You showed me strawberry right after. That's all I needed to know.
You already know what's in my cup. It's in my cup.
Dizzle.
Yo, let me show you something that Dizzle sent me earlier.
Okay.
The dick pic.
He'd show us.
That's why he has that fucking dead face. He's like, that's what they sent me.
It's like that's what they really sent me, but I wrote an email.
The whole corporation was a group picture. Everybody showed their privates.
Thanks for supporting us. Want to support these nuts?
Whole bunch of fucking scrotums everywhere.
No, thank you, Jason. Send.
You fucking signed it off and shit. This is what?
What? Treat erectile dysfunction. What? Really?
Can I hear that? No.
No.
Hey, if you ain't got Dizzle, you ain't fucked your lady friend.
Listen, it's like an aphrodisiac, man. It's a little cognac mango.
I'm gonna drink
How
me
the
one.
fuck I start this shit?
This right here.
Shit. I see everybody been raping that bitch.
This right here get a female pregnant who got a tube and shit taken.
Facts. You already went through like 2 bottles.
Fact. Even if you got your nuts snipped.
You got your nuts snipped.
If you got
if
you got a vasectomy, these make you shoot kids.
Yeah.
It grow the little thing back where they snipped on the vasectomy.
Yeah. If you can't get on hard, you got ED. Yeah. You got erectile dysfunction.
Bro. Yeah. This right here helps.
And that is a disorder. You can get SSI.
I always warn her.
So this a Viagra.
It's a Viagra.
Yeah,
Blue label.
I was just about to say you can actually get a check for this.
For
I know you can get checked
for ED?
if your cock is small.
What?
Yes, you can get SSI. I've been trying to get niggas to sign up.
So what's considered small?
Anything under 4 inches, anything that just go in the let me put the head in zone is SSI qualified.
You for real though?
I'm dead ass.
He said you can get SSI for having a smoke. That was the first time I heard some stupid shit like that. That was funny. I give it to her.
LOL.
Anything under the 3-inch
my wife got her tubes tied. That shit fucked my head up.
mark, 4-inch mark. Anything that's put the head in. I definitely will. When she comes back out here, or I go in there. One of the two. I got you. Where you at? Why you not with Macho?
She's fucking removing lice eggs from my daughter's hair because her fucking friend from school is a dirty little girl.
Nice. Actually, you know that means quite the opposite, right? That means she has clean hair.
Man, I don't know the size to that shit. To me, I just see it in my mind as they both was putting their head in the ground like fucking mole rats.
Lice don't move through dirty hair. Mole rats? What?
I said that's what comes to my head. They got their fucking head in the dirt, and that's how they got the fucking lice.
I imagine you said mole rats and not like an ostrich.
Mole rats, bro. They be in
Or like a gopher or squirrel, like mole rat. I don't think I've ever seen a mole rat dig. But then again, I don't think I've ever seen a mole rat like that. So
mole rats are rats that fucking big tummies, bro.
I ain't really seeing environments around here like that. We got trash pandas, and that's about it.
You naked though.
Yo.
I'm just not gonna get in the camera. And I didn't get my tubes tied. It was cut and burned.
Yeah, well, we gotta get some Dizzle.
Hey, bitch. Hi, Jay. Hey.
That was G. Baby, can you give me some iced tea? It should be though, huh?
Yeah, mama. You want me to put iced tea in here?
Yes.
Do you know what mixes good with
Should've
ice
brought
cream?
whatever the fuck Jason is drinking.
That shit tastes great with Drano. You never had that?
He said Drano.
That purple shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm mad. I don't know. Man, I wish I would have grew up with you. We probably would have had some fucked up fun.
Nah, I got a good sense of humor. I wasn't
Let's
I
go.
wasn't
Let's
fucked.
go fucking find some more rats and feed a Drano.
I did nah, I wouldn't be doing that shit. I caught frogs and shit, but that's about it.
Me and Jason used to jump in garbage because we thought we was fucking cool. They wouldn't understand.
You know who used to jump like a frog? Bugsy Siegel. When he'd hop from hotel to hotel checking things out, he would hop like a frog when he was
How did
pissed.
he start? But my thing is, Jason got to
This
get.
guy was like, he was like the pretty boy of the fucking.
That's why he got away with it.
Oh, bitches love this dude, bro. It says here, during his adolescence, Siegel befriended Maya Lansky, who applied a brilliant intellect, forming a small mob whose activities expanded to gambling and car theft. Lansky, who had already had a run-in with Charles Lucky Luciano, saw a need for the Jewish boys of his Brooklyn neighborhood to organize in the same manner as the Italians and Irish. The first person he recruited for his gang was Siegel. Now, it doesn't say here how Siegel and Maya Lansky met. And everywhere that I read and I listened to says that they met there on the streets of New York. And Bugsy was... they call him Ben because he hated fucking being called Bugsy. He was fucking around with some dude, and he had the strap. And Lansky seen that the cops were coming. He heard they were coming, and he tried to get him to get the fuck away from there and leave the gun. And Bugsy ain't want to leave the gun. He just wanted to, keep the gun and run or stay there. You know what I mean? Keep doing what the fuck he was doing. And he persuaded him to leave the gun, and that's how they became fucking friends. It was said that he was the brain and Bugsy was the muscle, which is why in Looney Tunes they look like that. But in reality, Bugsy was the pretty boy. He became involved in bootlegging with several major East Coast cities. He also worked as the mob's hitman, who Lansky hired out to other crime families. First of all, it was unheard of at that time for any other race to be even involved in the mob's activities. You know what I mean? They kept it in the family. We all seen Godfather.
What movie?
Thank you. Yeah. They got. They have a series. They have a series called "The Making of the Mob," where they introduce. They talk about Lucky Luciano, and they have pictures of Bugsy there. So I'm pretty sure in that series they show how.
Hey, Jay, can you find us a picture of Bugsy? Throw it up here. People see who we talking about.
Bro, he look Mexican today. He looked Mexican.
Ay caramba, he knows my secret. Get him, see? He knows too much. Put him under the table, you know what I'm saying?
Bugsy was in the West Side, but he was known to be in New York too.
Nah, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. Hold on. Let me just show you this picture. He grew up in New York. He's a New York guy.
Okay. All right. That says what you gotta say. And that would explain how he met Lucky Luciano, which was in. That's not the picture I saw.
Boy.
Yeah, he looks like a bug.
Stepbrother. He looked like Elvis's fucking half brother.
He looks like a cricket turned human.
So the term at the time was crazy as a bed bug.
And then it became crazy as a Bugsy.
That's why they called him Bugsy, because he was crazy as a bed bug. But they never called that to his face because he might.
Just everybody did it when he wasn't around.
Right. Because he'd kill you if he fucking heard you say it.
Who the fuck's calling me Bugsy, eh? I don't know, Bugsy. I mean, not me. Not me.
Hey, Jimmy, fucking whack him, man.
Put him into the fishes.
Hey, the nerve of this fucking cocksucker calling me Bugsy. The way you get off, man.
What you Moulignon? Huh? What do you want to do? Come tell me. Tell me right now.
He wasn't Italian, you know.
But he was trying to be.
He definitely was.
What do Jews call black people?
Yeah, Moulignons.
No, that's what the Italians call him.
Oh no, the Jews. Yeah, no. Goyim? I don't know.
Everybody's Goyim.
No idea.
Spaghetti. I don't know. I'll do a Google search. I'll get back to you.
Grazie.
Hey,
said,
Nixon 7. Nixon 7.
Nixon's winning.
Okay, Nixon 7.
Nixon 7. Nixon 7.
In 7 years or in 7 games?
7 games.
They winning. They're gonna lose to the Bucks in Eastern Conference Finals, though. And then I cry inside. It took about 10 years.
According to Google, it's Schwarzer.
What?
Fascia.
Schwarzer.
Schwarzer.
Schwarz. That's probably how you say it. Schwarz.
And Brazilian, faja means fuck.
That's funny because in German it just means father.
Faja,
faja.
All you hear is faja.
Faja, faja.
You gotta love Austin Powers.
You want to smoke in a pumpkin?
Father, Father, can you hear me? Father.
My Vinky was a queen. Isn't that weird?
Bro, when he started taking off the shedded scrotum skin, I was just like,
get that one. Oh, that's put that in the box. Put in the box. That's a keeper.
That movie was crazy.
So Bugsy and Meyer Lansky formed the Bugs and Meyer mob. They handle the hits from various bootleg gangs operating in New York and New Jersey. Doing so almost a decade before Murder Inc. was formed. The gang kept themselves busy by hijacking the liquor cargoes of rival outfits. You know, when Bugsy was younger, he wasn't one of those stereotypical Jewish guys. He wasn't rich. They didn't have businesses and reparations and all of that other shit.
It was a bummer.
They fucking
they barely had some mutts.
Bro, they were poor as fuck. So what he did was he seen what the Italian kids were doing, and he started doing it himself. My man would stick up at 10 years old.
See, I told you, Dre.
Will hold up the
Wait, told me what?
The little
that he's trying to be Italian.
He's just trying to make a living. So he'd hold
I'm gonna be a Goomba.
Right? And he would tell them he wanted, I think it was $10 for protection a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's like $1,500 nowadays, right?
But how old was he?
Probably 10 cents with inflation. I don't fucking know.
How old was he at the time?
He was 10.
I'm gonna get
this man charges.
I'm gonna get protection from a 10-year-old.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kick him dead in the forehead and see.
Yeah, yeah. How did he pull this off? Did he have other people with him?
Nah, just him.
That's
he
bullshit.
Came back.
I wrapped some wire around a bat and I made some threats.
He would come back and what?
Burn your fucking food stand down.
I might be 10, but I can buy matches, so you better give me my fucking money.
You probably wouldn't have to buy them. They got them in the house.
Jeez, all right, Bugsy. Calm down.
Who the hell's afraid of a 10-year-old?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, that's only questionable because of when it happened. Because if you said that nowadays, more than there should be.
Yeah, but remember when the Jew hits 9 years old, they declare it a man. So he wasn't. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Nah,
once they're fucking 9, they're declared a fucking man. They can roam the streets by themselves and all that.
I mean, they have to do things first.
No, bro. It's once they hit 9, they declare a fucking man already by the father. It's weird. It's fucking retarded. That's when they start growing their fucking sideburns out and shit.
It says here, Siegel's gang mates included Abner Longy, Willman, Louis Lepke, Bachalter, what the fuck, and Lansky's brother Jake Joseph Doc Stature.
Yeah, he probably
just abbreviate this shit.
He probably had a gang of people with him. He wasn't doing that shit solo.
That shit's like 0-1.
Yeah.
This wasn't what you said, what I'm reading here.
Yeah, no, that's them just trying to make Bugsy look great. That man always had a second man at least.
Yo, how old was he when he died?
14.
I figured he was a fucking early bloomer.
Yeah, he was one of those burn bright but quick types.
He's 41.
Yeah, his first kid at fucking 9 and shit.
You said he was a man, right?
He declared. He
was born in 1906. He died in 1947.
See, 15 years.
Where the fuck was I?
He was with his brothers.
Did he get a circumcision? This is
yes.
Yeah, let's find that out.
Did he reverse? He reversed.
He had a bar mitzvah.
But did he reverse it?
Why would he reverse it?
Did he reverse it?
How do you reverse that?
You can't get
there's ways.
The goyim, the moil eats the waste.
Placenta's umbilical cord. There's ways, bro. Listen.
My question is,
he became Italian, so he had to reverse
amputated, and somebody donates it. It's technically a organ, right? If you get that shit fucking amputated, and then you get it fucking donated, and it's not circumcised.
Why stem cells?
All right, so we want to make you one of the guys, but you got to get recircumcised.
Why stem cells rejuvenate skin?
That's not how a circumcision is gonna work, though.
Yeah, wait, what do you think is going on?
He's trying to wrap his mind around it. Like, some people have more to give, bro.
We got some left over if you want to go back.
I was saying they probably already ate it or threw it in the fire.
Oh god damn!
They quote Dan and Landau Eisenberg here saying Bugsy has never hesitated when danger was threatened. Stature told Yuri Dan, while we tried to figure out what the best move was, Bugsy was already shooting. When it came to action, there was no better. I've never known a man who had more guts.
Man, I'd fight him.
He's not going to fight you, though. He's going to
fight you. I'm going to say you lose.
Especially when
man, I beat a bag of bones.
So, like, you 10 years old, you burn down my food staff, right? I sit there and cry, or I beat the fuck out this 10-year-old.
Yeah, but this dude wasn't just a hothead.
He just curb stomp a 10-year-old. Don't you threaten me!
It's fucking 1927. I'm gonna fucking destroy you, bro. Like, I'm a
Kids were just products back then. You could sell them and still.
He was a man.
So,
he was a legit man already. So,
does somebody own you, kid? What do you mean? I own myself. Suck! You come around here with that bullshit. If I see you with fire, I'm gonna turn your jaw around. This is my block, you little bitch. How these motherfuckers get ran up on my 10-year-old? Fuck those people. What the fuck?
Like they kind of deserve.
I can't hit a kid, but he's gonna burn down my stand. What do I do?
They just
Beat the shit.
That's the case.
Back in that day, people used to beat other people's kids, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except if they threatened to burn your shit down.
Of a fucking 10-year-old Jew with a slick back. Smack the fuck out you, bro.
A white beater and shorts.
I would have super kicked him like Shawn Michaels in the 90s.
Got some chinos on.
It said Siegel was also a boyhood friend of Al Capone. When there was a warrant for Capone's arrest on a murder charge, Siegel allowed him to hide out with an aunt. He first smoked opium during his youth and was involved in the drug trade. By the age of 21, he was making money and flaunted it. He bought an apartment at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel and a Tudor home in Scarsdale, New York. He wore flashy clothes and participated in the New York City nightlife. From May 13th to the 16th in 1929, Lansky and Siegel attended the Atlantic City Conference, representing the Bugs and Meyer mob. Luciano and former Chicago South Side gang leader Johnny Torrio held the conference at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. At the conference, the two men discussed the future of the organized crime and the future structure of the mafia crime families. Siegel stated, "The Yids and the Dagos will no longer fight each other."
I was at that meeting. The trip was horrible.
It probably wasn't kosher.
He said the only
You had to
thing good about
deter
it was
that
the
shit.
opium.
It was ridiculous.
The opium was fucking out of this world.
I tell you what, though, everybody left out of there like they were talking to some sort of motivational speaker. We
That's
were ready to
probably
do
what
crime.
happened. They all fucking with Jews, went into his room, smoked opium, came out Italian. They fucking lost their marbles.
You know, I kind of want a meatball instead of a matzo ball.
Yeah, also in 29, he got
they're
married
gonna
to his
fucking-
childhood sweetheart, Esther
I thought he was gonna say he got
Krakauer.
What?
Her name was Esther Krakauer.
Yeah, right.
Crack hour.
Yo, I promise you.
Used it in the
Esther,
census.
Krakower. Esther Krakauer.
Crack hour. Well, let me guess. She was a pioneer of crack.
She was probably the first crack whore.
She
No,
was
I
probably
doubt
the
it.
first
Nah,
crackhead.
not she was. Crack wasn't introduced
She was
back
the
then.
first
You should know
crackhead.
this.
It wasn't.
No, it was
It
called
wasn't. I
opium
don't want to
rap.
besmirch her name.
The black family unit hadn't been destroyed just yet.
So it
It
says
was called
here
op rock.
they had 2 daughters, and he had a reputation as a womanizer, and the marriage ended in 46. His wife moved their teenage daughters to New York. But everything that I read and heard said that he was also a devoted father. Like he gave his daughters as much attention as he could and got them whatever he
Yeah,
needed.
so was the Iceman. So
Right.
That fucking movie was fire, bro. Okay.
Bro, you talking
That
about
movie was
Klinsky?
off the chain.
The episode?
yeah,
That was the
yeah.
Let me tell you,
ever.
I don't remember if we mentioned it, but at some point we have to, especially since we're like with Bugsy right now, we're kind of breaking into like the mob lore side of the internet. But at some point we're probably gonna have to talk about Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy
Who?
Hoffa. Who?
Jimmy
Hey.
Hoffa.
Hey, listen here. There ain't no Jimmy Hoffa. You understand?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
That's it. That's right. That's right. He sleeps somewhere soundly.
You know what we should do is we should just talk about unions and then have half a part of it and make an actual.
I don't know who that is. I ain't even gonna fuck with you.
I'll send you something.
He is the pioneer
Oh,
of regular people tossing.
He is the pioneer of being disappeared.
Yeah, he's an OG magician of
Football field
America.
in New Jersey.
So what? So he's like the Iceman of his time.
No. He's
No.
not.
No.
You're
No,
mixing
he's
things
like
up.
the Houdini of his time.
No, he's way better than that.
For anybody
Facts.
like Macho right now who's wondering who the Iceman Richard Kuklinski is, go to the archives, listen to that episode. It's one of the best episodes we've done.
I know who Iceman
it
is.
still gets acclaim. Everybody loves that shit. Numbers run up on that one. So
I
go
know-
run them up a little more.
Word, I should
know who
listen
that
to it
is.
sometime.
I don't know who Hoffner is.
Jimmy Hoffa. So I've always heard of Jimmy Hoffa and how he got disappeared and how nobody knows where he is.
He's under a football field in New Jersey. Don't you know that's where
And
they
how
buried-
recent?
Have
How
you
recent
ever
is
heard
that?
the fucking full story though?
That's probably the most credible one that they killed him and buried him.
No, I mean like his whole
Jersey.
story.
How
Before
recent
you
is
hear any of the
long time ago
conspiracy theories, and if you listen to the whole story and then the conspiracy theories after, like all three of them, it's there's a lot to bite on there.
They just chopped them up and put them everywhere, so everybody's telling the
Three
truth, but
different
everybody's telling a
people-
lie.
Three different people took
that's the
credit
shit.
for the killing. Iceman Richard Kuklinski being one of them. And there's still people that believe, and some evidence suggests, that he's not even dead.
Probably.
I mean, he
But
most
Iceman-
definitely
Iceman
would be
could-
now.
The Iceman say
Yeah,
that he
well
killed him?
now, but you know what I mean. He wasn't dead. Well, let's get back to.
Hey, hold on
Lucci.
before we shift back. So Iceman claimed that he killed him.
Yeah, in jail before.
Well,
before
it
he
happened.
died.
Then. That motherfucker is not gonna lie about that shit.
Yeah, but he's not the one that said he killed Hoffa. Is what I'm saying. I'll show you. I got
Hoffa could have been hanging out with the real Kodak Black on an island somewhere. You don't know.
or Tupac in Cuba.
Or the clone of Tupac.
I don't think Tupac would hang out with Hoffa. I don't think so.
Yeah, he's
Tupac is a very
he's too LA.
he's a theater nigga.
Whoa. All right, where was I?
Falling asleep.
Nah, I'm not falling asleep. By the late 1920s, Lansky and Siegel had ties to Luciano and Frank Castillo, future bosses of the Genovese crime family. Siegel, Albert Anastasia, Vito Genovese, and Joe Adonis allegedly were the four gunmen who shot New York mob boss Joe Massieri, or Area Massieria. Yeah, Massieria. The death of Luciano's orders on April 15th, 1931, ending the Castellamar. I'm not even gonna pronounce that. Fuck that.
Oh shit, April 15th.
Castellano?
You heard?
Castellamarizi. What? He froze.
You must have cast a spell on him with that one.
Castellamarizi? Cast a spell on him?
Man's
There's a
frozen
reason
in
why I
time
can't
now.
pronounce it.
You know, April 15 is in like 28 minutes.
That's crazy.
For you.
Right.
It's a
So that's
coincidence.
Let me know how tomorrow
One of
looks.
One of us here is gonna kill the other.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's play the
This ain't no
live
fucking
clue.
Squid Games. What you talking about?
Let's play the live clue.
A live clue.
Yeah.
So following Maranzano's death, Luciano and Lansky formed the National Crime Syndicate, an organization of the crime families that brought power to the underworld. The commission was established by dividing mafia territories and preventing future gang wars. With his associates, Siegel formed Murder Inc. After he and Lansky moved on, control over Murder Inc. was ceded to Butchler and Anastasia. Although Siegel continued working as a hitman, Siegel's only conviction was in Miami on February 28, 1932. He was arrested for gambling and vagrancy, and form of roll of bills paid $100 fine. During this period, Siegel had a disagreement with the Fabricio brothers, associates of Waxy Gordon. Gordon had hired Fabricio brothers from prison after Lansky and Siegel gave the IRS information about Gordon's tax evasion. It led to Gordon's imprisonment in 1933. Siegel hunted down and killed Fabricio's after they made an assassination attempt on him and Lansky, penetrating Siegel's heavily fortified walled-off Astoria suite with a bomb. That's not even what happened. So they were at a restaurant.
He was there
where them motherfuckers like to eat. They frequent it all the time. Bugsy. And the dudes that put a hit on him, the guy that they hired, put a fucking bomb through the chimney, and it went off prematurely. And some of the rubble hit Bugsy in the head, and he ended up in the hospital in the ICU, right? And it's said that night they were telling Bugsy to chill the fuck out. That it'll happen. He'll get them. You know what I mean? Eventually, and he wasn't having it. Lure says he left the hospital that night and made the hit himself and went back to the hospital for the cover up. So it says Tony Fabricio had begun to write a memoir and gave it to an attorney. One of the longest chapters was to be a section on the nationwide Kill for Hire squad led by Siegel. However, the mob discovered Fabricio's plans before he could execute them. In 1932, after checking into a hospital to establish an alibi, like I just said, and later sneaking out, Siegel joined two accomplices, approaching Fabricio's house and posing as detectives to lure him outside, gunned him down in 1935. In 1935, Siegel assisted Luciano's alliance with Dutch Schultz and killed rival loan sharks Louis Pretty Amberg and Joseph C. Amberg. First of all, they didn't lure him outside, right? The dude was under investigation by the FBI for tax evasion. So he knew that they were going to come at some point. So he always told them to keep the place clean, no guns, no drugs, none of that shit, because they're going to be coming to look and search for all of that shit. So when they came and posed as them, they had them, to pat them down, full fucking stop and frisk bullshit, right? So they, as soon as they assumed the position, they started fucking stabbing them niggas to death.
Julius Caesar his ass?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
So Siegel had learned from his associates that he was in danger. His hospital alibi had become questionable, and his enemies wanted him dead. In the late 1930s, the East Coast mob sent Siegel to California. So before they sent him to Cali, right, that whole shit in Florida where he went gambling is when they noticed that gambling can be a lucrative thing, more than just the shitty places that they had in New York at the time. You know what I mean? The backdoor spots, the numbers running. They seen places that had the girls, that had the slot machines, that had the house winning. You know what I mean? Making more money than what is being given out. So he always had that whole Vegas thing in his head, the whole gambling, big front type of deal. They sent his ass to California, and in 1933 he traveled to the West Coast several times. But in California, his mission was to develop syndicate-sanctioned gambling rackets with Los Angeles family's boss Dragna. Once in Los Angeles, Siegel recruited boss game Mickey Cohen as chief lieutenant. Knowing Siegel's reputation for violence and that he was backed by Lansky and Luciano, who from prison sent word from Dragna that it was in his best interest to cooperate. Dragna accepted the subordinate role, and on tax returns, Siegel claimed to earn his living through legal gambling at Santa Ana Park. He soon took over Los Angeles numbers racket and used money from the syndicate to help establish a drug trade route from Mexico and organize circuits with the Chicago Outfits wire service. Y'all know exactly what the numbers game was back then?
Yeah. It was the lotto. It was a lotto before the lotto.
Yeah, right. It was the three. Like playing the three numbers. You get them, 4, 5, 6.
Right, it was single numbers too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jason. I knew you played that shit before. It looked like you played it before.
Yeah. You know, I was born in the fucking the mid-20s.
They always have. They still got those fucking people in the
I
grocery
knew
store go
that.
to the back.
What numbers running? You do numbers running, Tyler?
No, I knew you were born in the 20s.
Oh, okay.
Look like he was born with the Vikings.
No, that was a past life. At Hollywood, Siegel was welcomed in the highest circles and befriended movie stars. He was known to associate with George Raft, Clark Gable, Gary Cooper, and Cary Grant, as well as studio executives Louis B. Mayer and Jack L. Warner. Actress Jean Harlow was a friend of Siegel and godmother to his daughter Millicent. Siegel brought real estate and threw lavish parties at his Beverly Hills homes. He gained adoration from young celebrities, including Tony Curtis, Phil Silvers, and Frank Sinatra. Siegel had several relationships with prominent women, including socialite Countess Dorothy D. Ferrazzo. The alliance with the Countess took Siegel to Italy in 1938, where he met Benito Mussolini, to whom Siegel tried to... Huh?
That's crazy.
Right? He tried to sell weapons to him, it says. Siegel almost met Nazi leaders Hermann Göring and Joseph Goebbels, to whom he took an instant dislike to and later offered to kill. He only relented because of the Countess's anxious pleas. So this man went to Mussolini's house, right? And he only went to fuck his wife, bro.
That's fair.
That's such a baller move.
Wait. Did he beat though? That's the crazy.
Yeah, he was beaten, and that's who he was talking to. He was like, I'm about to go kill them. He's a Jew, and there's Nazis staying in the same house.
I mean, to be fair, the Nazis really weren't as like tripping off of shit like how he was.
Yeah, but still, it don't matter.
These motherfuckers born killers.
His parents were if not his parents, his fucking grandparents, but most definitely probably his parents.
So you're telling me that Mussolini's great-granddaughter or whatever that's coming back to power might actually be Bugsy Siegel's daughter?
Maybe, bro.
Yo, but hold on. When this was happening, what year?
It happened in...
Doesn't matter. We can make it up and just start a rumor.
1938.
So this is before World War II.
Yeah, they didn't start killing the Nazis until 45, right?
Well, we
the
didn't
Nazis
start
didn't-
until like
the Nazis-
44.
Yeah, the Nazis didn't start killing the Jews. That's backwards.
We were minding our business.
It was
because-
just
like, damn, they wilding over there in Germany.
Right? Let's make movies.
Don't you guys like baseball? Let's baseball.
What? Nazis? We got a Dust Bowl.
Commercial break time.
So he sold Ammonite to Mussolini too.
Hey, real quick, guys. I just gotta ask this question. Have y'all seen these fucking barbecue flavored Doritos?
Yeah, they're not too bad.
They're not.
They made those before. I don't know what it's like. They try to make
Did
it
they?
new again.
I've never had those.
I thought I saw them before, like a long time ago.
Yeah,
but
a long time ago. Jay, you probably forgot because they did that shit before.
Well, if they throwing back fucking Dorito flavors, then they need to come back with that guacamole one because that shit was fire.
That was.
yeah, it was. That was another unsuspected good one. But I got a small bag and I was like, this is better than I thought it'd be.
It's straight.
It's not bad.
I'm not saying it's amazing, but it tastes like if the Frito barbecue was better.
What are we talking about? That shit.
Nah, I think it has a better barbecue flavor.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
remember
It tastes
the
like it.
Doritos from Burger King that had the cheese in it.
The what?
What?
The
Oh
Doritos-
yeah, I remember that shit. That shit was nasty to me.
You said Doritos with cheese in it?
It should have been. It was always soft.
Yeah. The thing from fucking
went the
Burger
wrong
King that had
place.
cheese in it that was good was the cheesy tots.
That was straight. Burger King fell off like 20 years ago, but nobody wants to admit it.
Yeah, it used to be a king back when it had the Mighty Kids meal, and then at some point they were like,
Burger
"Fuck it."
fire.
You know
That
what
burger-
never falls
I
off?
love that
Never.
shit.
A word from our sponsors.
A word from our sponsors.
That dizzle ain't no joke, got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some smoke? Cause it's up, I be dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. When Callie said I need another one, gon' have you coming back for more. But go get it while it's hot, before it be sold out in your stores. That dizzle.
Glad to see Foxy Brown still making music.
She went deaf, you know.
Like,
No, I
she's like
didn't.
partially deaf.
Excalibur? Huh?
I said she's like partially deaf, isn't she?
I think it's fully on one side now.
So that's
I don't remember.
nigga. That's partially deaf. She got 2 ears. The other one should work.
Yeah, but it was partial from both ears.
Yeah, but if both
wouldn't it be
ears
like-
aren't,
You got like 1/3 hearing right now.
Okay, that sucks.
it does.
So Excalibur.
That fixes ears?
It's supposed to.
That claim is not evaluated by the FDA, but you can believe.
Go fucking get you some. Like they said, it cures erectile dysfunction.
Have you tested that?
That's a hell of a claim to make.
Like, has there been any testing of this?
Obviously, there has.
Apparently,
She says apparently drinking half a bottle a week, he don't know.
New to the, I mean, I know, but I don't have a problem with erectile dysfunction. So
that's fair.
And then new to the Talking Junk family, the syrup. Yo, this thing is really good, actually, but it's super fucking sticky.
Hey, the Crip himself over here.
What's poppin', my fellow nigglets?
Que pasa, big niglet?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Ya tú sabes.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Living in the backyard of the new crib, so just getting a lot of
Oh shit, man, over here flexing his home.
Oh,
Good
man.
shit.
I can literally make an office anywhere I want. I can create my own little spot like you guys. Anywhere
Bro,
the fuck I want. It's dope.
You should do it like Jay and do it on your toilet.
Fuck you.
I don't have enough buckets to hold all that.
Need a trough.
Yeah.
What's good, man?
Senor Lolita.
Que pasó, hombre? You lost the game, eh?
Where my homegirl Alizé at? Where you at, girl?
At least the Mets are gonna win.
Somebody's gonna lose a game tonight.
How y'all fellas doing tonight? Sorry I ran late. Got a little bit.
Oh, we just been talking about the efficacies of midget wrestling and what it means to be a real man. as well as the Jewish mafia, sort of. More so,
bestiality.
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Yep.
Donkey Show.
Yeah, you know, just the normal things.
Yeah, normal break room topics. Oh, and we're talking about Bugsy Siegel.
Who? Oh yeah.
Who? I'm pretty sure that's the name I was looking for when I saw y'all message as I'm trying to like zoom through fucking traffic and not hurt nobody.
Did you hurt anybody?
Depends who got hurt.
I mean,
interesting philosophy.
Right?
I mean, if you got hurt, and I'm not even gonna try to be that funny. I ain't trying to hurt nobody, and then do some
You don't care if they're an NPC. We understand.
No, I care, but depends on the day, the time, and
whether or not they got your license plate.
Whether or not if I give a fuck at the moment.
You know,
just
I find it oddly funny how we're just about maybe 5 to 10 minutes into getting into the topic of Bugsy Siegel and Las Vegas.
And then here he is.
Right. You know, you owe Bugsy Siegel a lot, bro.
Hey, what?
You owe Bugsy Siegel a lot. Had it not been for Bugsy Siegel, you would have not been able to get a Hummer.
You know what? I appreciate that
the
intel because
H2.
I never wanted to buy a Hummer.
He's not talking about the H2 or the H3.
Right, motherfucker.
He built the Flamingo Hotel.
The Flamingo.
Flamingo.
With his own hands. He didn't use any help.
He didn't build it. No, hold on.
All by himself.
We almost there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Brick by brick in only 3 months.
These Jews, you know what they do.
So just before the whole Vegas trip, there was the Greenberg murder trial. So November 22nd, 1939, Siegel, Whitney Krakauer, Frankie Carbo.
Hey, Jay, you're like glitching on the macho.
What?
Like your image is glitching on top of Macho's image.
How the fuck is that possible?
I don't see that.
Wait, Jason has an image?
Here, let me back out and like, not back out, but like switch around. Yeah, there we go. I don't know, that was weird. Maybe it was just on my shit. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Hey, pause that right there, fam.
Pause. I missed it.
Wait, what? What did he say?
I don't know. I don't know, but I trust him.
He said, "Pause that." Fuck it.
All right.
Pretzels.
Maybe it was like Macho said in the FIFA episode. We about to talk about Vegas, and similar to coming out of jail, all you got to do is look back and say no homo, and everything is negated.
Yeah, remember that?
Apparently.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
All right, so November 19th, November 22nd, 1959.
It made me think of that Atlanta episode where the nigga was like, he was in the holding cell or didn't take, and he was like, "That's my girl." It's like, nigga, that's a man.
They're like, no homo though.
He was like, "What you mean?" That's my girl. He's like, "Nah, nigga, you." He's like, "In jail, that's not gay." He's like, "You just that's just jail." But you was fucking booty holes outside.
Right, they was in the street.
If that was a girl, she'd be with the women. She ain't here with us.
Oh my god! I'm sorry.
Man, them niggas be outside like that. That ain't gay. We just pass the time.
It's not gay. It's just jail.
Nah, I would have been tight as fuck because he's right there in the middle. Nigga want him to move.
Nigga, if you just got into jail too, you'd be tight as fuck.
Stop being weird, nigga.
Weird. Get with the program.
That nigga said, I ain't seen my girl in years.
Turns out to be a dude too. Wait, what's poppin', nigga? Haven't seen you in a minute. What's good with you though?
Yeah,
Alright,
I
so
go by
see-
Teresa. No.
See,
That was Terrell. Now I'm Teresa.
Terrell to Teresa. Or Candy.
Or Candy. You know a Candy?
How you thought her name was Candy for real is unbeknownst to me.
Lollipop Mommy 95.
Lollipop Mommy 95. Was that the was that the uploader of the Bestiality videos?
No, that was my Boost Mobile chat. My Boost Mobile chat line screen name.
Yeah,
Your
I used to troll them.
mobile chat line screen name?
Yeah, I used to troll people. I used to troll. I was a troller before trolling was even a thing.
Somebody's gonna see this episode and be like, "Motherfucker."
I remember you. I remember
you. Fucking Jordan.
You sent me booby pics.
You sent me booty pics that were just your arm. You made me pay hundreds of dollars.
Stop
staring at the wheels.
I found that. I found your booty cheeks to be abnormally hairy.
Yeah, hustle's a hustle, huh? Let's ask Bugsy about a hustle.
It looked like Migs teleported.
Some surfing.
Wait, where
Bros, he was standing there.
I literally got nothing.
Bros,
I got nothing but space to play with, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because I have a backyard spot. Like I literally have like a workshop, and there's like a blackout curtain. So I figured if I can get, Mr. Jason over here to send me a Talking Junk Network banner, I can create that as like my backdrop.
I can send you the logo, and you can buy the banner yourself.
Or you can just send it to me anyway. What the fuck? Like we don't know how to do this. Just send it to me. You know I'm good for it. Or just send me the link how to buy it. I ain't doing all that.
I mean, do you see a banner on my walls, motherfucker?
Just get some paint and try it.
No.
Finger painting.
No confidence, huh?
Finger painting?
No. I have confidence in my painting.
Use your finger painting.
Put your hand in the bucket and smear it on the wall.
It just go crazy. Get drunk on Dizzle.
That's what Jason
it's
does.
Afro. Oh, you don't know? It's an aphrodisiac.
Word.
Dizzle.
It's Viagra.
That's right.
It's liquid Viagra.
Afro with an F.
It's liquid shit.
I wonder why I felt abnormally horny when I left your house that day after drinking all that fucking Dizzle.
Hey.
I was like, this is not like me.
I feel sorry for the kids on that ride home.
They were asleep.
What the fuck?
You gave him a sip?
What?
Oh, hell no.
Crazy enough. Yeah.
They would be like fucking a dog
front seat.
dry hump in the air and shit.
Dry up in the air.
Like wildebeests.
Ah! There are no coincidences in life.
There isn't.
Wildebeest.
That was my nickname. It's called me the wildebeest. I didn't know how to stop moving. Always fucking running around.
And you was the tallest out of all of us.
I was the tallest. I never got fucking tired.
Just air humping.
It's air humping everything. Fucking dry humping the fucking
walking down the sidewalk. Everybody gotta walk to the side.
It takes a lot of stamina to fuck nothing. And to keep flying to fuck nothing.
When I first moved out here, Jay.
Y'all wanna know how you clear a crowd? Just walk like this.
I was like, yo, why the pumps are so small in fucking Florida? He said, what's a pump? I'm just like, Dad, that's a pump. And he's like, no, that's a fire hydrant. I was like, yeah, but it's also a pump. And he's like, no, it's not a pump. I said, it pumps water out of it. He's like, but I had a full argument with him. I was like, fuck out of here.
Yo, fam.
Was good.
Whoa, he's doing more tricks.
I didn't even realize he had the camera on me, so that was awkward.
Yeah, shit happens.
This man over here just surprising us left and right.
How did I get here?
How did I get here?
It's a lot of shit to figure out in this new backyard, but I wish you guys were here.
Hey, get a dog so it can dig holes in it.
My dog already does sunbats in the grass, so I'm good with digging.
We will at
Just
one
dig a
point.
random hole. Don't tell your neighbors what you're doing. Make them nervous.
I already barely talk to anybody unless they say something to me.
Word. So dig the hole and make it better.
We will at one point get a live episode with all of us in one spot at one point in life. We will.
That'll be dope if y'all can come to Arizona. I already got the space for it, but I'm too far.
I was say we should probably do Vegas.
I mean, half of us are already there, sorta.
We should do Vegas.
I could do Vegas. I've never really been to Vegas like that. That'd be fun.
I've never been to Vegas. I've never been outside of the East Coast.
What a loser! I mean, that's crazy, man.
Well, no, this will be your first time in Arizona.
It's all right. It's okay when New York is not driving distance away. You can do it.
Do they sell Arizona drinks in Arizona? I'd be so mad if they do.
Yeah,
man, we still got 99-cent Arizona out here.
Yeah, they're $1 out here plus tax depending where you buy them.
I would say isn't that against like the Arizona rules, like the company, the brand rules?
I have no clue.
I could have sworn they posted something saying like if you see Arizona that's like over 99 cents, you can tell the company.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for that because I definitely be seeing some $1.29 cans being like, what the fuck is this?
They're not supposed to sell Arizona's like that.
Mach, all I gotta say is that it takes 1 day and 10 hours to drive there.
That's not bad.
Drive there from Florida to Vegas?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, that sounds.
New York to fucking Florida by myself.
That sounds kind of generous, honestly.
Bro, I did New York by myself too. From Connecticut. Down.
Oh, you went to New York from Connecticut? You're a fucking just regular explorer.
Nah, I think
from New York Connecticut down here.
Okay, that's better.
From New York is 1,200 miles. From Connecticut, probably like 50.
Not too long ago, I did Virginia. I went from here to Virginia and back.
This man's like, I've driven places. I can go cross country.
Right, I could do it.
I would say you could probably just catch a flight, you know.
Hey, if you take Route 66, I can get you over here.
Or you could catch a train.
Right. Now I could just catch a flight. It's fucking cheaper.
Maybe.
It's wait, hold on. It's cheaper to catch a flight than it is to catch a train?
No, to drive.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Depending on what car you have.
Right, because I could make it to South Carolina and back with $120 for gas.
You would definitely be best off renting and getting something that's fuel efficient.
Or fly your ass to Arizona and we drive from here.
How long is it from Arizona?
What?
That makes sense too.
It's only a 5-hour drive from here to Vegas.
Yeah, and it's only like $60 for me to fly there.
Right.
Well, that's you're
like
right.
Like we could get to Vegas in what, 4 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah. That's right, Dre. Where you at? You in Washington, right?
It's like an 8-hour drive or like a 2-hour flight. I'll just pay for the flight.
This is something that we do a little bit of research on. We can make happen.
Yeah. We were doing something else though. What the fuck were we doing?
We were talking about Bugsy Siegel, but he's dead.
Yeah, fuck him. Bag of bones. Bag of bones, bitch. Come defend your name now.
We wouldn't be planning this trip right now.
Nah, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have an episode. Nobody would give a fuck because La Vegas wouldn't exist. So I'm not thanking him for shit.
Right.
Well, without him, we having a Cirque du Soleil and Penn and Teller doing infinite shows, nigga. We'd be okay.
Two-man group.
Let's not forget about Usher.
Or Carrot Top. Like, they would have other places to go.
Some other Brooklyn Jew slip back to the fucking Vegas.
Well, if you can attribute him to the rise of
ridiculousness. Yeah. Sucker. Sucker.
If you can attribute him to the rise of Las Vegas, you can also attribute him to the fall of Elvis.
That's not fair.
What did he have to do with Elvis's toilet?
Did he give Elvis the coke?
He's fucking his brother.
He probably
Did
gave
he make him addicted to fatty foods
and coke.
I mean, he was
and
dead
Coke,
before this was even doing shit.
Coca-Cola, and a
He
line?
looks like a fucking busted version.
Oh, let me get a Coke and a line, huh? Oh yeah, baby.
Was that Hank?
He probably was. We was talking about. We was talking about.
It's the modern day
He probably
Elvis.
died and became Jeff Epstein.
He became who? Epstein?
Yeah. He just died.
Who became
we'll see when he
Epstein?
comes back. Well,
Maybe.
the fuck are you doing, bro? That's that scissor.
Just turn the bidet
I'm
on.
eating syrup. That shit is deceptively good, bro.
Yeah? Does it taste like Derby juice?
No, it doesn't. I don't know what Darby
I would
juice
say
tastes
so. Why
like.
you say that?
You almost got me. You almost got me.
That's crazy. He's like, it doesn't taste like Darby juice. But Darby juice is way more tart.
It's
not.
Tastes like eating
It's not a stick.
tire.
Is it more tender?
A lot less protein.
You wouldn't use the descriptor goopy.
Goopy? No.
This is what I saw.
All right, where were we?
Talking about Bugsy's dead ass. Setting up Las Vegas.
I would say, yeah, he's about to set up Vegas or set up shop in Vegas.
But before that was this shit. November 1939, Siegel, his wife, Frank Carbo, Albert Tenenbaum, Harry Big Greenie Greenberg, outside of his apartment. Greenberg had threatened to become a police informant, and Butchler ordered his killing. Tenenbaum confessed to the murder and agreed to testify against Siegel. Siegel was implicated in the murder and in September 1941 was put on trial. The trial soon gained notoriety because of the preferential treatment Siegel received in jail. He refused to eat prison food, was allowed female visitors, and was granted leave for dental visits. Siegel hired attorney time out. Let's put a pause there real quick. Could you fucking imagine that nowadays?
Yes, that actually still happens. You got to be the right person. He was the right person. Like, people still get conjugal visits, and
yeah, I mean, conjugal visits are only if you're married, though.
Yeah, he's probably the reason why they made conjugal visits only if you're married. Because he was just like, I don't know, this jail shit is whack. I want some pussy.
Right. And there was definitely no female guards at that time.
You said there was what? No female guards?
Right.
Shout out to Lil Wayne.
It's mad females.
You said you paused that and being in jail and still living a pretty comfortable life.
Right. He then hired attorney Jerry Geisler for his defense. After the deaths of the two state witnesses, no additional witnesses came forward. Tenenbaum's testimony was dismissed, and in 1942, Siegel was acquitted because of insufficient evidence, but his reputation was damaged. So this motherfucker still did time from 39 to 41.
2 years.
Look, that's a little vacation.
Did a little time in the slammer.
So during the trial, newspapers revealed Siegel's past and referred to him as Bugsy. Siegel hated the nickname, said to be based on the slang term bugs, meaning crazy, used to describe his erratic behavior. Performing to be called Ben, preferring to be called Ben or Mr. Siegel.
You know what's funny? Funny now, we be like, yo, you bugging out.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
That's easy. I never. Hey,
right. So that's
every
what.
time I say you bugging out, I'm gonna think about that motherfucker.
Huh?
That's crazy.
So in 46, Siegel found an opportunity to reinvent his personal image and diversify into legitimate businesses with William R. Wilkerson's Flamingo Hotel. In the 1930s, Siegel had traveled to southern Nevada with Sedway to explore expanding operations there. He had found opportunities in providing illicit services to crews constructing the Boulder Dam. Lansky had handed over operations in Nevada to Siegel, who turned it over to Sedway and left for Hollywood. In the mid-1940s, Siegel was lining things up in Las Vegas, while his lieutenants worked on a business policy to secure all gambling in Los Angeles. In May 1946, he decided that the agreement with the Wilkerson had to be altered to give him control of the Flamingo. With the Flamingo, Siegel would supply the gambling, the best liquor and food, and the best entertainers at reasonable prices. He believed that these attractions would lure only the high rollers, but thousands of vacationers willing to gamble $50 or $100. Wilkerson was eventually coerced into selling all stakes into the Flamingo under the threat of death and went into hiding in Paris for a time. From this point, the Flamingo became syndicate ran. Siegel began a spending spree. He demanded the finest building that money could buy at the time of his post-war shortages. As costs soared, his checks began bouncing. By October 1946, the Flamingo's costs were above $4 million. By 1947, the costs were over US $6 million, equivalent to $64 million in 2021. By the late November of that year, the work was nearly finished. According to later reports by local observers, Siegel's maniacal chest puffing set the pattern for several generations of notable casino moguls. This valiant reputation did not help his situation. After he boasted one day that he had personally killed some man, Siegel saw the panicked look on the face of head director Del Webb and assured him, "Del, don't worry. We only kill each other." Other associates portrayed Siegel in a different aspect. He was an intense character who was not without a charitable side, including his donations for a Damon Runyon Cancer Fund. Lou Weiner Jr., Siegel's Las Vegas attorney, described him as a very well-liked and said that he was
Being
good
adult.
to people. Why? Because I said Wiener and I laughed?
Yeah, grow up.
Whatever.
It's not funny.
It's
That's a
funny.
man's name. That's a man's name. Wiener, Wiener, Wiener. Mr. Wiener. Is it funny to you?
Wait,
Yes,
it's Weiner. Maybe it's Weiner, not Wiener. Yeah, I just
His
said
first name is Oscar, last name's Wiener. There's a problem?
Right. You're I mean, you might be right. It could be Weiner.
Well, his middle name was Meyer.
Oscar Mayer Wiener.
That's right. And that's a real
Wiener.
name for a real man involved in real things.
His name was Lou Weiner Jr., all right?
His nickname was Richard. His alias was Dick.
I'm pretty sure Lou short for Lewis.
Dick Wiener.
Dick Wiener. Richard Wiener. Richard Wiener here. Is there a Richard Wiener? Richard Wiener in the building?
Richard
on,
Wiener
looking
was
for
found to be
Dick
dead one day in the
Wiener.
morning.
I was like,
Wiener here?
it's like, really, Richard? You're not going to answer, Mr. Wiener? Come on, don't be a dick, Mr. Wiener.
He's trying
Are
to apprehend
Got the
Mr.
hot
Wiener.
dog for Mr.
Are you-
Dick Wiener.
Are you present?
Here, Dick Wiener. Here.
Problems with the outfit's wire service had cleared up in Nevada and Arizona, but in California, Siegel refused to report business. He later announced to his colleagues that he was running to the California syndicate by himself and that he would return the loans in his own good time. Despite Siegel's defiance to the mob bosses, they were patient with him because he had always proven to be a valuable man. The Flamingo opened on December 26, 1946. at which time only the casino, lounge, theater, and restaurant were finished. Although local people attended the opening, few celebrities did. A handful drove in from Los Angeles, despite bad weather. Some celebrities present were Raft, June Haver, Vivian Blaine, Sonny Tworft, Brian DeLevy, and Charles Coburn, aka people we don't fucking know.
I know them, but continue.
They were welcomed by construction, noise, and lobby draped with cloths. The desert's first air conditioning system broke down regularly, with gambling tables out. Did somebody's AC just break down?
That was on the
yeah. Fuck was I? While gambling tables were operating, the luxury rooms that would have served as the lure for people to stay, the gamble, were not ready. So all right. So they're just like they're skimming through all of this, right? We're like a paragraph away from getting into his death, and before we get there, you gotta like take in all of this that really was going on. So he kept asking for money. Initially, the first loan was supposed to be for $1 million. The $1 million was supposed to turn around the Flamingo into what their vision was supposed to be. But his vision kept growing, and he kept needing money, and million after million. 1 million turned into 4 million, into 6 million. So he's getting all this money from the mob. What was that, Solid?
I said I did that once. It's real easy to turn $1 million into a couple million.
No, he didn't turn it into it. This is what
I'm talking about loans. I'm talking about loans. You get caught up. You'd be like, I can buy that and still make the shit. And then you can't. And you borrow more.
So by the time it got down to the opening, everything was rushed and nothing was really done. Nothing too big. The craps tables and the gambling tables, poker tables, all of that wasn't opening. And they weren't open. Most of the fixtures and shit weren't really completed. Everything was still draped in drapes. Stuff wasn't done. But he still needed an opening. He still needed to show that he was trying to make the money back. By then, they already figured he was, funneling money to himself. And after being granted a second chance, Siegel knuckled down and did everything possible to turn the Flamingo into a success by making renovations and obtaining good press. He hired future newsman Hank Greenspun as a publicist. The hotel reopened on March 1st, 1947, with Lansky present and began turning a profit. However, by the time profits began improving, the mob bosses above Siegel were tired of waiting. Although time was running out at age 41, Siegel had carved out a name for himself in the annals of organized crime and in Las Vegas history. And on the night of June 20th, 1947, as Siegel sat with his associate Alan Smiley in his Virginia Hills, Beverly Hills home, reading the Los Angeles Times, an unknown assailant fired at him through the window with a .30 caliber military M1 carbine, hitting him many times, including twice in the head. Some looked upon it as a cowardly approach, bushwhacking the formidable and weapons proficient Siegel from a distance. No one was charged with killing Siegel, and the crime remains officially unsolved.
Yeah,
because the cops were involved.
I was about to say, some people got him. They peeled his muffin cap back blue.
No, most definitely.
This shit.
Two fucking bullets from a carbine.
What are
bro.
my
Fucking brains everywhere.
Yeah, I never saw the pictures of him.
They got it on Google.
I can't Google it right now, but yeah. All right.
I was the one that did it, for the record.
Did you find it?
Nah, I didn't look yet because I'm at work. Yeah, I'm not gonna Google that at work.
They won't mind.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they will. They will mind.
If they ask, you just be like, "Oh, I was just doing research from a paper."
From a paper.
Yeah, I'm writing a
Yeah.
paper. Bugsy Siegel.
Right.
Yeah. And they ask why, you say, "Because that's your fucking hobby, and they better watch what they ask." Aggressiveness is respected in the business place.
But he was sitting on the sofa and they blasted and shit.
Before we close this shit out real quick, look at these theories that they said about his death, right? One theory is that Siegel's death was due to his excessive spending and possible theft of money from the mob. In 1946, a meeting was held with the board of directors of the syndicate in Havana, Cuba, so that Luciano, exiled in Sicily, could attend and participate. Now Luciano he's if we're gonna get into mobsters, he's definitely an episode all on his own. He was
Yeah.
I believe what they call La Cosa Nostra.
Yes.
He was the boss of all bosses.
5 families.
So he's very right. He's worth fucking an episode. But he was exiled to Sicily, so they held it in Cuba so he can attend. A contract on Siegel's life was the conclusion. According to Stature, Lansky reluctantly agreed to the decision. Another theory is that Siegel was shot to death preemptively by Matthew Moose Pedenza, the lover of Sedway's wife, B, who went to Pedanza after learning that Siegel was threatening to kill her husband. Siegel apparently had grown increasingly resentful of the control Sedway at the mob's behest was extorting over Siegel's finances and planned to do away with him. Former Philadelphia boss Ralph Nadel claimed that Carbo was responsible for killing Siegel at the behest of Lansky. Siegel's death certificate states the cause of death as homicide and the immediate cause as cerebral hemorrhage due to a gunshot wound of the head. Siegel was hit by several other bullets, including shots through his lungs. That's it. According to Fibromyalgia, 4 of the 9 shots fired that night destroyed a white marble statue of Bacchus on a grand piano and then lodged in a far wall. So the shit went through a marble statue and still lodged itself into the wall. The day after Siegel's death, the Los Angeles Herald-Express carried a photograph on its front page from the morgue of Siegel's right bare foot with a toe tag. Although Siegel's homicide occurred in Beverly Hills, his death thrust Las Vegas into the national spotlight as photographs of his lifeless body were published in newspapers throughout the country. The day after Siegel's murder, David Berman and his Las Vegas mob associates, Sedway and Gus Greenbaum, walked into the Flamingo and took over operations at the hotel and casino. Now, Wikipedia got it wrong because everywhere that I've seen said that it was mere hours after he was killed. They were in there claiming power in the casino.
Man, they must have had text messaging or something.
Another thing that
they have pictures, bro.
Nah, bro, they had the wire service.
Nah,
they had carrier pigeons, bro.
Man, ain't nobody ever read no dashes and dots. That's a lie.
They had what?
Nobody's ever read no dashes
Nobody
and
ever
dots. Nobody's ever read no dashes and dots. That's a lie.
They read dashes and dots, bro.
That's a fucking lie.
You can put dashes and dots in Braille. So
Telegram here for
That's
Mr.
a lie. Can't read with your fingers.
Dash.
You can. You learned it.
So
like 011100001.
What is this nonsense? Is this man casting sorcery? Kick him out.
As always, Wikipedia left out a bunch of stuff, like his
Matrix
full story and fucking conspiracy theories to his death, conspiracy theories because we all know the mob fucking did it. But
I heard that he ran off with Hoffa and they were
Bro,
lovers.
look for the picture. It's on Google.
I wouldn't say we all know the mob did it. That
He
you
died
never
on the
know.
sofa.
I mean, it most likely
you
was
never
the
know.
mob, but it could have been the
He died on
government.
the sofa.
Mob.
So,
He was on the
For all we
sofa,
know,
bro, just sitting there regular. The Bob did it. It's over.
for all we know, it was Mussolini. This nigga was fucking everybody's wife.
It was probably just some random guy.
Could have been.
All the motherfuckers got bitches. They didn't care about that one.
Maybe it was the Iceman.
Kuklinski wasn't even born.
We don't know that.
All right. Right. Time traveler with the iPhone and fucking Mike
You don't
Tyson.
know that.
Fight. I understand.
You don't know that.
You don't know shit.
Sure.
It's cyclical.
Everything you believe is a guess.
But really, honestly, his story is fucking. It's wild. It's a wild ride. Look at some stuff. Read some stuff that. Do your own research. Not you guys, you listeners. Do your own research and you'll see how wild and crazy Benjamin Bugsy Siegel was.
He was on the show Wild and Crazy Kids.
What'd you say, Tyler?
He was on the show Wild and Crazy Kids. He was a guest star in one episode.
That was a good show.
It was. That was a good episode too.
It was. It was. Hitler was on that show too.
Yeah, he led the red against the blue kids.
Right.
Shit was crazy.
Bananas.
They're doing water balloon stuff, eugenic stuff. That was weird, but it was good.
Every time I say this, people think I'm crazy, but I believe that Hitler was a genius.
You
should have said evil genius.
Wait, no. Like, then
he was
there
a
has to be
legitimate
more
genius,
to that
bro.
thought.
No.
There has to be more to that thought
He
in
was
that
a
sentence.
bro.
Like, he's a genius.
One guy convinced one guy that is
Then what else?
So convince a whole fucking country to fucking destroy and kill people and create fucking chambers and tactics that nobody never seen. Bro, this motherfucker.
Yeah, let's not call him a genius for that.
Bro, that's complete genius. You can't just sit down and just do it. Yeah. None of us
I mean,
here.
it wasn't just.
He's a monster.
We said some shit on this episode, but
Oh, he was a
might
regular
actually get him blocked off.
Bro, he was a regular man.
No, he was a
man.
little more.
I don't even know how to respond.
Bro, he was a regular man. He went to a regular school. He didn't even finish.
He was very influential in a.
He was artistic.
Right. Like, how can you try to tell people that the perfect human being is somebody that doesn't even look like you?
And that really wasn't his goal or his angle. He was more like, hey, you know, those people are trying to destroy. Those people are trying to destroy our government and take our money and ruin it. We have to kill all of them.
He had a
That sounds extreme. Listen to me, guys. I know what I'm talking about. I went to art school.
No. I got denied from art school.
Don't talk about that part, okay?
His mother was in a Jewish hospital.
So he was the modern day Gru.
Maybe.
The who?
Gru, like from Despicable Me.
Oh,
Those
okay.
movies have genocide in them?
Groot. I was like, Groot wasn't a fucking terrorist. Okay.
But,
No, I was talking about like the personification of him being like this weird.
No, I thought you said Groot, like Vin Diesel Groot.
No, not Groot. Gru, like from Despicable Me.
I am Groot.
We
are.
You know, I find it concerning that you thought of Gru when we're talking about Hitler. I haven't seen those movies, but that's concerning.
You haven't seen.
If you haven't seen the movies, that's concerning.
Why would I
itself.
watch that shit? Why would I
Yo,
fucking watch Despicable
Because
Me?
it's good old fun, Talon.
Talon, you can talk your shit, but if you actually watch Despicable Me, you be like, all right, this is actually kind of entertaining. This is actually a good movie.
Okay,
And-
that's
and
fine,
you
but
could
I just
system,
find it a
right?
bit weird. This nigga.
Who is Hitler? The minions are the Jews because they wore the same fucking goggles.
The minions are the Jews.
The minions are the Jews.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, Jay. In the episode,
Bro.
Jay, we're definitely
listen.
not good. This
Listen
is
to me.
definitely not.
Hey, so next week we'll have a new name, new place, new aliases.
Oh man,
Listen,
you are
to me. I'm telling
definitely getting a letter from the ADL soon,
Just
bro.
remember, share and subscribe. Just don't like, share, and subscribe the last 5 minutes of this episode. We love you guys, all right?
Hey, yeah, we break it here.
Bestiality.
Don't take this
Right.
cereal.
We love all
You can talk
scallywags.
about bestiality, bro.
You
Yes,
know,
and chill after that bestiality.
Bestiality
Not
and
all
Bob
our
Saget.
So you want people to subscribe just to the
views
last
are
5
Macho
seconds of the
views,
episode?
okay? Not
Like,
all